The available results do not support a complete all Ohio government actions report for August 1, 2026. They do show several state-related actions and one Ohio Supreme Court administrative document, but they do not provide a statewide official daily log. And some items are local or reported secondhand rather than direct government notices. 1611. Here is the most complete report possible from the provided sources, limited to actions and announcements tied to Ohio government bodies on or around August 1, 2026. Major government actions. The Ohio Department of Transportation announced its preferred route for a connector between US 23 and 71, a transportation project intended to improve travel between Toledo and Columbus. 1. The Ohio Department of Transportation also awarded the city of Toledo a $1,135, $586 grant through its Highway Safety Improvement Program for a project to create a bike lane on Spielbush Avenue and make permanent the bike lanes on Michigan and Erie streets. 1. The Ohio Department of Education and Workforce had an August 1, 2026 deadline for all school districts to adopt updated attendance policies under Ohio House Bill 96, which had been enacted earlier and took effect on that date. 2.4. Ohio's expanded August 2026 sales tax holiday was cancelled, meaning the state did not hold the broader holiday originally expected for that month. The repeal was enacted in legislation signed in December 2025 and took effect December 19, 2025. 3. Legislative activities. No August 1, 2026 legislative session actions were identified in the provided results for the Ohio General Assembly. 1910-16-18. The only legislative activity tied to the date in the results is the implementation of previously enacted House Bill 96, which required updated district attendance policies effective August 1, 2026. 2.4. A separate source notes that Ohio's broader tax restructuring had already begun through the 2025 budget bill, including changes affecting the sales tax holiday structure, but that source does not document a new August 1, 2026 legislative action itself. 15. Enforcement and regulatory actions. The Ohio Department of Education and Workforce's attendance policy deadline functioned as a regulatory compliance action for school districts statewide, requiring them to align local attendance policies with House Bill 96 by August 1, 2026. 2.4. The Ohio Department of Transportation's grant award to Toledo reflected a state funding and program administration action under the Highway Safety Improvement Program. 1. The Ohio Supreme Court released an administrative actions document dated March 31, 2026, but the provided result does not show a specific August 1, 2026 enforcement action from the court. 6. Public events and public-facing announcements. The Ohio Lake Erie Commission was seeking public input through August 14 on efforts to keep Maumee Bay State Park clean of beach bacteria and toxic algal blooms. 1. The city of Toledo announced receipt of a $60.00 GM on Main Street grant for an interim traffic calming and pedestrian safety project in the Vistula neighborhood. While this was a city announcement, it is part of a public-facing government action involving local government and external program funding. 1. Public school families in Columbus were also facing an August 1 enrollment deadline related to updated bus route information. According to the reported local government context in the results, though this is presented as a local administrative deadline rather than a statewide Ohio action. 4 additional Ohio-related actions, mentioned in the results but not clearly dated to August 1. The Toledo Public Schools Board voted earlier in the week to place a 5-year, $6.9 million levy on the November general election ballot, expected to raise $22.8 million annually if approved. 1. ProMedica announced plans for a new medical facility in Pearisburg with a full-service emergency room and urgent care, expected to open in fall 2027. 1. Lucas County officials requested budget cuts from county departments to meet a 13% reduction in the county general fund. 1. The Ohio Department of Transportation announced a preferred route for the US 23 to 71 connector. 1. Federal and regional officials were expressing concern about a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers stop work order on a Chicago area barrier project to keep invasive carp from reaching Lake Erie, but that was a federal action affecting Ohio interests rather than an Ohio government action. 1. If you want, I can turn this into a stricter chronology for August 1, 2026 only, or I can expand it into a broader Ohio government and Ohio-related public actions memo with the items separated by state, county, and municipal level.